Ante, I guess in terms of the result, that's exactly what you guys needed, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. I mean, we haven't won since we had that long layoff and the squad was affected by COVID. But pleased with the 3 points of course. But I think the performance was excellent tonight as well. So we knew we were capable of that. To come from a goal behind and to dominate, to create numerous chances, I thought it was one of our better performances this season, and I'm sure it brings confidence to the playing group.
I guess it's the pleasing thing as well, not just that you went out and won the game, but after you got the second goal, it really seemed to sort of liberate the team. They played with the freedom and they went on and just carried on. They didn't sort of settle for just the win.
No, and at the same time, you have to understand with the layoff we had, and then the short space of time with all the games took its toll on the play. So this was a little bit different lead-in for us. We had 6 days between games. We were able to spend a bit more time on the training ground, and even when we were goal down, I thought we started quite well. We didn't panic. We remained calm, and then in the end, the subs made a great impact. When we went up, we were confident as well. So it was very pleasing that we just didn't sort of sit back. We wanted more. The boys seemed to be enjoying themselves out there. So very, very pleased for the playing group, because it's been a real difficult, a couple of months for us.
How important do you think getting that goal just before half-time was in terms of going in a level rather than behind?
Yeah, I mean, it changes the momentum. It changes the momentum, and when you haven't won for quite a few weeks, it's normal that the confidence is not where it should be. But at the same time, as I said, we really felt that we were in a good position at half time by the way we were playing in that first 45 minutes, and the players remained calm. They didn't play the scoreboard. They knew that there's enough quality in this team that we could keep creating more in the second half, and that's what we did.
Just a word on Bully's performance. That's probably the best he's played it for you guys. There's an indication that he's getting back to his best. Obviously, he's had a few injuries and there was a COVID break and things like that. But do you feel like he's starting to get back to his best form?
Yeah, and it's good that you mentioned Dooley, because we lost Dooley in the Central Coast game through injury, and tonight again. I understand he's an excellent attacking player, and the opposition target him, but he just gets kicked way too often, and that's part of the game, I understand, but all we're just asking for is a little bit more protection, because it really not only stops the play, but the momentum. And as I said, we've already lost him once this season through injury, and it's a shame, because we bring these kind of players to our country, and you can see now that he's starting to get a lot more fitter. His timing's better. He's starting to get a bit more connection now with Upper also and with Nooney. So he's getting back to that form he showed in the early parts of the season. So we're delighted to have him, but we have to again make sure that we keep him on the park for an extended period of time, because we're a better footballing team with our skipper on the park.
Yeah. I guess the sour note seemed to be what looked like a fairly nasty hamstring injury for Danny there.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't look good, and I think that was a combination of sort of using his body, trying to protect the ball, potentially the loads, even though. We rested him last week in Brisbane. I put him on the bench for the first 45 to try to look after him, and tonight I think it was just one of those things. But yeah, he's not moving too freely. So we're disappointed to lose Danny, because he's been excellent for us. He's been a real constant threat to opposing teams with his positive play, so to speak. So yeah, that's one that we're going to have to see how that goes in the next few days.
And I guess just looking ahead to the Perth game, I guess the challenge is just to make sure that you keep up that level of performance and get a similar result down in Tassie.
Well, get the performance right gives you a chance of getting a result. So that's the thing. If we can play to our capabilities, to our potential, if we can execute the things that we work on and that we know we can for longer periods throughout the game, we're a good chance of picking up the point. So yeah, tonight was an excellent victory for us, but we've got to go to Tasmania for another difficult game and back up, and then we're off to Newcastle on the Friday for another tough game on the Saturday. And we don't want to look too far ahead, but at the same time, that's just the way it's been for us, particularly last week when we had to maybe rotate a few players, rest a few players, see how they pull up. Again tonight we missed Jovanovic, Tommy Uskok, Tommy Juric, Jake Holman through various reasons. Will any of those be available? That's another thing we need to look at. But we're definitely giving opportunities to some boys, and I'm glad tonight that particularly Rus and Toure got a goal each. That's great for these young boys coming off the bench, making an impact, and they thoroughly not only deserved it but enjoyed it.
And I guess just finally for me, Apo getting on the score sheet. It's a big moment for any striker to get that monkey off their back at a new club. And he played really well, seemed to combine really well with Mooney and Davila, and he seems to be growing into the side, doesn't he?
Well, he is, and it takes time. But if you look at Apple's last 2 years, he's really missed out on so much football. So I mean, you can train as much, but he's only been used minimally off the bench. So now he's starting. He's getting that match condition back. It's the first time he's played in this league. Yes, he's worked with me before, but not in this capacity. But he's got good footballers around him, and he's a very intelligent player. But he also wants to do well here. He's a great professional, and I've known that because obviously I've spent some good times with him, both on and off the park. So I know him as a character, but all strikers will tell you that it's good to get that first one, and I thought it was a very well taken goal as well. So if he can now stay fit and recover, work on those combinations with his teammates, particularly in the front third, I'd like to think that there'll be more goals coming from Apple. But he's been fantastic since he's come in January.